Sonic fans were eating good. So Sonic X Shadow Generations has just recently come out, and well, it is incredible. It may be the best Sonic game ever. And that's kind of hard for me to say because I am a huge fan of Sonic Adventure 2. I know that's not really a rare take, but I grew up with Sonic Adventure 2, spent so many hours on that game, loved that game. Still to this day, will play it. But just with the things that Sonic X Shadow Generations has brought, I don't know, man. I think it's just the best. So something I should mention before we really start to talk about this game is that there will be spoilers in mainly Shadow Generations, because that's what I really played. I played Sonic Generations a few years ago, and I will be playing it soon, but at the time we were recording this, I haven't played it since, like, on the Xbox 360. It's been a while. Now let's get to talking about Peak. So Shadow Generations is a beautiful looking game. Just look at it on screen. It looks so good. The animations are beautiful. Everything is beautiful about this game. They put so many just tiny little details into it, and I love it so much. And just like, oh my, like, look at it. Look how good it looks. The boss fights are really where it shines though, because you will just get random little cutscenes during the boss fights of Shadow just doing the craziest things. I never thought I would go back to saying this, but Shadow is generally one of the coolest just video game characters to exist. Like as a kid, yeah, I said that a lot. But dude, after playing this game, I'm gonna say it again. I agree with my younger self. He was spitting something, dude. He was saying something correct there. Before we talk about the bosses, we should probably talk about the stages real quick. And well, I'm not gonna talk about all of them, but I'll talk about a decent amount of them. So for example, we had stages that were important to Shadow, like Space Colony Arc and Radical Highway. But then we had stages that weren't even for Shadow. Like, he wasn't even a part of the games, really. Which was like Sunset Heights from Sonic Forces. And then we also had Sonic Frontiers' Chaos Island. Like, that is amazing. Why do we have such cool stages? I'm telling you, Sega did something right here. They better stay on track here, because I'm a huge Sonic fan. And not to mention the fact that specifically Sunset Heights and like Radical Highway, the music is incredible. Like, it's kind of like a remixed version of the classic ones. And oh my god, it is so good. But it wasn't even just the stages that had amazing music. Everything in this game had amazing music. I don't really think they missed. Maybe here and there, but it wasn't often. But hey, it's a Sonic game, so you're not going to miss often. Now for the bosses, we had things like the Biolizard, which, hey, like I said, grew up with Sonic Adventure 2. Biolizard is one of the most iconic bosses in Sonic history for me. Maybe the most iconic boss. So it was so cool to fight him, like, just looking much better than his old Play-Doh self that he used to look like. You had Metal Overlord, which was sick. I didn't even know he was in the game until I fought him. So that made me jump for joy. That was so cool. And well, the music was just, you need to play it for yourself. You need to fight that guy for yourself. It was so amazing. Then we had Mephiles, which is just, he's one of the coolest characters. I would not expect him to be in the game, but he was just forgotten about, I feel like. So it was so cool to see him be brought back and say, hey, I want to be brought into this timeline, Shadow. Just get out of here, man. Shadow was like, nah, not really, man. I'm not going to let you do that. Oh my god. I won't go into too much detail. Oh man, I just said it there. I won't go into too much detail there, though. Mainly because if you haven't played the game yet, I want you to witness this for yourself. I'm just giving the explanation. And I already told you about spoilers, so oh well. What can you do about it? There was one more fight, but I'll get to that in a minute. But for now, what I wanted to quickly talk about was the hub world, which was pretty cool. I mean, hey, it's a hub world. There's not going to be too much to it, but it was still cool to just kind of have a whole bunch of collectibles to get. And also, there was a bunch of bonus challenges, which usually when I hear bonus challenges in a Sonic game, I get a little worried after Sonic Forces with those 30-second, very boring bonus challenges. But with this game, they were short, but they were surprisingly really fun. Most of them, not all of them. But it was just cool. I'm telling you, I'm just so happy that Sonic is back, man. I'm just so happy. In the hub world as well, there was like these like monoliths or pillars, whatever you want to call them. And you would basically complete a stage and get this medallion type thing, bring it on over the monolith and gain a new ability. And there was like 4 or 5 different abilities that would not only be used in the hub world, but also be used in the stages, which was sick. Like for example, there was the Black Doom Wings. Everyone knows that one. That one's just the coolest one. And it's probably gonna be in the thumbnail of this video, I'll be honest. So, it's so cool, dude. But you also had things like the Doom Kraken or whatever it's called, that really didn't play well it was all right, but it really just slowed the game down by a lot. But it looked cool, so I didn't care. There was also like a Doom surf where you were on this big stingray that looked really cool. That was fun because you were able to like go on water quickly, even though the mobility wasn't the greatest. And then you had something like Chaos Spears, like just multiple of them instead of only using one, which was pretty neat, but it's nothing really special. But it was surprisingly useful in some cases, to me at least, so I didn't mind it. Now for the final thing I'm going to talk about in this video, I'm not going to show anything about it, like no clips or anything, because you need to experience this yourself. Even if you're thinking about not getting this game, you should get it. I'm begging that you get this game. It is so amazing. Even though I'm a very biased Sonic fan, still, trust me, you'll enjoy it. Now what I will tell you about this final boss fight is, yet again, spoilers, so if you didn't care about the spoilers at first and you care about them now, you better leave, but otherwise you could stay. It was against Black Doom, and well, that's kind of an obvious, because he's like with you the entire time, just antagonizing you. But right before you fight him, this nice like hub world that is just pure white ends up having a red sky and everything just turns red, and you have to just climb your way up this like Radical Highway-esque, basically just platforms, which is just sick. And once you get up there, all you're really doing is doing your 2 Radical Highway stages, because spoilers again, it's the final stages. But after that, basically you go into the final boss fight, and the setting for this boss fight is so sick. In Mob Psycho, I don't know if you watched Mob Psycho before, but there's basically a fight where Mob and I forget who the other guy was, but they basically fight in this like world where the city's not only on the ground but also in the sky. For some reason, that is one of the coolest things ever to me. I don't know why I love that so much, but it was basically done in this game, and oh, I love it. I love it so much, man. You need this game. You need this game. If you're not gonna get it, you need to get it. But yeah, that's all I really had to say. Thanks for listening to me ramble for about like 7 minutes about this game and why you should get it. You really should get it. But other than that, have a good one.